What's up, Film Nuts? How are you guys doing? Welcome
Good.
back. I'm Jimmy. This is Jake. And we just watched Blade Runner 2048. 2049.
We didn't really see it.
That was we don't actually see movies.
we make stuff up.
Let's jump right on in with the plot summary. So, what is this movie about? This movie is about a Blade Runner who discovers a secret long buried and must seek an old Blade Runner, Rick Deckard, for answers. Jake, who's in the movie?
Well, since you asked so nicely, Harrison Ford, who I hope everyone knows who Harrison Ford is, but if not, he's starred in the Star Wars movies and Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Awesome movies.
True.
Really, the main character though was Ryan Gosling, who is from The Notebook, La La Land. I think everyone knows who Ryan Gosling is also.
Crazy Stupid Love. Really good movie.
Yeah,
really
Crazy
good
Stupid Love. Anna de Armac.
That's anus right there, dog. That says anus.
That does not say
I'm taking a picture. I'm going to show you guys.
No, it just doesn't say anus.
We had to work on your handwriting, son.
She's in War Dogs and in Overdrive. No, it's not the point.
Go ahead.
The director is Denis Villeneuve.
You didn't actually see this movie, did you?
Initial reactions.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I don't know. I wasn't that big of a fan, but I mean, it was a good movie, but I wasn't hooked. Didn't capture my attention all that great. I was ready for it to be over.
I thought it was good. It was a good movie, guys, but it was a good 2-hour movie. This movie clocks in at around 2 hours and 45 minutes. It is a long movie. And you can tell it's not one of those where, it's got your full attention and you don't even see the time passing by. It gets to a point where you're like, damn, this is a long movie. So I think if they would have cut it down, which we'll talk about this in a little bit, I think that definitely would have been much more of a benefit if they definitely cut it down. But overall, it was cool. It was definitely a fun experience to go to the movies and experience, just because the world that they built, the atmosphere is incredible, and also, guys, the music was pretty legit. I like the music.
The music was good.
That was really cool.
Sound effects were good.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Jake, go into the characters, man.
Well, Harrison Ford, who played the original Rick Deckard, he's obviously Rick Deckard in this one. Ryan Gosling plays Kay, and Kay is this version of Blade Runner, and Anna de Armac.
You can't even show it.
I can't. Anna de Armac is his holographic girlfriend.
Yes, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool in the film.
The way that they do that is pretty cool.
And all the characters are pretty cool. Ryan Gosling did such a great job. I mean, I thought his character, because pretty much you're following him throughout this whole movie. Yeah. And it's pretty much just really his story arc, to be honest. Our story really just follows pretty much his character.
Yeah.
So there's not too much else going on besides him. But man, he did excellent. And everyone, it was all very well acted. And definitely there was no cons in that. I would just say the cons really came in when it came to just the length of the movie. It was just kind of more predictable.
Definitely predictable.
At some parts, I was like, they made the big reveal, but I'm like, they already hinted towards that. So it wasn't as big of a reveal for me when that happened. But well, let's talk about the world they created. What do you think about the world, man?
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was
very well done. I mean, the CGI, just the imagination. It was great.
It was excellent.
Phenomenal.
They picked up where the first one left off, and you go right back to that world. But of course, with all the technology we have nowadays, it's a little more vivid, a little more beautiful, and it's accompanied by some great music. It reminded me like the Tibetan kind of guttural, kind of like binaural beat type music, and it was very, very interesting. It was really cool though, very cool.
I think it's quite obvious when you look at movies and say, oh man, the times have changed, from all the way 30 years ago. I mean, the picture looks great and everything, but I think I really see it in the sound effects and the music and everything. They're just just sounds so much crisper, and it gathers emotion a lot better.
When it came to really shaping and immersing you in that world, it was good. And you know what, guys? If they didn't have that, that would have been much harder movie to sit through. Because that's what kind of kept you. Was I'm like, wow, this is what a unique world, just filled with where it's like technology rules, but everything is advertisement. The Earth and where they're at is just kind of crumbling beneath them, because the focus is just on technology, artificial intelligence, and it's very interesting. A very, very weird dystopian view of the world, and but it was very cool though. I really liked it. I really liked that. So I would say if you want to like get on pace, which we kind of hit on.
Way too slow. I mean, the pace is just too slow. It's flat, simple.
Yes.
The movie was too long. The pace was too slow. There's a lot of parts leaving me bored.
Jake was looking at his watch a couple times, and I knew. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I just wasn't that pulled into the story. You know what I mean? And not even just that. The ending, like the whole thing throughout. You know, I didn't get that rise, that build up to a climax.
There was a little bit of a build, but then the ending, it wasn't the explosion. There wasn't the explosion. There was
big climax that you wanted, and there was no.
Yeah.
So that kind of set me off a little bit. But.
Yes. And the pacing. So it's just you're kind of trudging through this story. They condensed this mother. I mean, they could have made it a lot more action packed if they would have condensed it.
Yeah.
But it's not what you're looking for. You don't kind of feel it had District 9 a little bit, ever so slightly. Kind of a District 9. How just as you're watching District 9, the feel, which is what a great movie. I remember seeing that with you. You remember going to the theater? I remember thinking, what the hell kind of movie is this? That was a weird movie experience, it was great. It was great, unique experience. But this was kind of similar a little bit. But yeah, so if they would have sped things up a little bit, would have been a little better. But yeah. Final review. Let's do it. You start us off, man. What do you want to say? You start with the pros, brother. You start with the pros.
Wow, man. Okay, so the acting was good. Ryan Gosling was good. Obviously, Harrison Ford's a legend. I think the way that Anna did the acting, with being a hologram, and the way that she had to do it,
that was excellent.
They had to touch each other, but they couldn't actually touch each other, kind of thing. Like they made that very.
It was kind of like the movie Her. I don't know if you've seen the movie Her at all.
I haven't, but
okay,
I know
it had that similar vibe to it.
And so the acting was great. Obviously, the world was beautiful. The cinematography, the CGI, I think all that was great.
Yes.
It's a great look into the future with advertisements, stuff like that. They definitely they grabbed that part of it. I mean, they really nailed that.
You know, the scary part is I can almost see that as like a future reality almost.
I think
a little bit. You know what I mean?
I think it is too.
I could see us getting to that. Sadly,
the cons with this is that it did take too long. It was too predictable. It was too slow of a pace, and there wasn't a whole lot of just meat to the plot. You know what I mean?
But if you're looking to get immersed into a world, this was one of those movies where you're gonna say, "I wish I would have saw that in theaters." I think at least.
Yeah.
In the theaters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think so too, guys. I would say it's worth it. I had a fun time. Crazy experience for us, but it was.
Oh my gosh,
but it was a fun time. So out of 10, Jake, what would you give it?
I have to give it a 7. And the only reason is because I was waiting for it to be over. That's the only reason. Other than that, I really wish I could give it more, but
you know what? And I'm gonna.
Anytime I'm in a movie and I have to check my watch because I want it to be over.
A little too long.
I can't do 7. I can't do under 7 or above a 7.
Guys, I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10 too. Overall, I'm gonna say it was a good experience. Wasn't quite great, but it was good. We had a good time seeing it at the movies. So thank you so much for watching. That pretty much covers it. Don't forget to say it, Jake.
Like and subscribe.
Alright, we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.